Welcome! Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, it is your boy Two Love Trouble coming in hot with some funky, dank theories. Now, there's been a lot of leaks and a lot of, he said, she said, they said, it said, but we got a new servant coming in hot. Some would say that, oh, this is the new classic Gundam, or, this came in when the God of War came out. Now, I've got you even better. Some say that this servant might actually be something else. However, let's go over this. Essentially, to TLDR, there's a high possibility that Guinevere could technically be a quote-unquote Britomato inside, because if you don't know, during the live stream radio, they specifically talked about it is a girl in a uniform, meaning that she might be a little Samus archetype where there's a female person inside the mecha. We don't know exactly who's in that mecha, and that's going to be the spicy part, but the gender was specific that there is a female in that body. So there's this theory that, oh, Queen Guinevere, wife of King Arthur, could have been so because in technicality, there is a Burritomato that talks about specifically that you need to work on reading, right? Just it specifically said that Burritomato was described as Guinevere at one of the stories of Artoria, the legends of back then. However, I've got one spicy. My spicy one, you're going to have to stay and hit that subscribe button to learn more about it, all right? I'm going to be doing this every so often. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys enjoy, make sure you comment down below. And what you like and what you don't like, I will answer them as best as I can. And like I said, thanks so much for watching the Musashi Altar. Even though it was wrong, it is what it is. I had fun with it. Let's have fun with this one, shall we? Alright, so let's get some basic knowledge down. Britomato, essentially, if you Wikipedia, Google, easy peasy, it's essentially a Greek goddess of hunting and mountains. Or some people would call it mountains of nymphs. It's essentially just a lot of spirits. Or god nymphs, you know what it is. Some people say the term Brit from Britomato was from Britain, and the Mart came from Mars, the god of war. Yes, and do remember, the god of war is red. Simultaneously, he is Aries, and if you don't know your Aries, that's your boy right here. That is the god of war, Aries, and he has a proper human history, essentially, god of war, and he's mechanic and Gundam, and it fits the silhouette perfectly, does it not? And at least has some sort of meaning to it. Now, here's the spicy part. The leak said the servant's Agravain. I'm gonna do one better. I'm going to hit him with, this is not Agravain, this is Fairy Knight Agravain. Now, it's gonna get spicy, so you better buckle on, okay? It's gonna be a quick, long explanation of why this could be a thing. To summarize it, easy as possible, here it is. Why? Because they can fucking do it. Now, let me explain how can this be done. A, Agravain needs to be on FGO. That's kind of been a hint, that's kind of been a thing, that's kind of been a stance on this man for 5 million years. He always meme himself during Saber Wars. He always shows up in the Camelot events, and he's in Craft Essence. If you haven't known, check out his Craft Essence. That was during like the Christmas. It's pretty good. And why am I saying does Agravain related to Burritomato? Well, here's the thing. If I don't have the picture, sadly, so you're gonna see kind of stay there for a while. But essentially, during the animation scene, you would see Burritomato in a very dark, lion-shaped kind of like armor. It glows red, and it has this tinted dark foreshadowing. Now, we don't see the armor exactly, so we don't know if that is true or not, because it's all cell shaded and dark to make sure that you don't fully get to see the body. But as you can clearly see from this picture, it's very familiar to your boy God of War Ares here. It definitely has the Roman signature. I say Roman, but Greek. Proper human history, Nasu verse version of God of War mixed into it. Now, why do I say Agravain? It's quite simple. It's because of Morgane. Now, Morgane, especially in FGO, is kind of a special thing, especially in the world of FGO. I'm not going to talk about it too much, but just understand that while this Morgane Le Fay is Morgane Le Fay, she's also mixated with something else that will relate to further into the story. It's essentially, she's a cheater. She's practically can do anything and everything, whatever she wants. She's kind of broken, kind of like an OP character that kind of had creation mod and can do whatever you want. Now, by this time, you might be answering or asking or yelling in the comment section, Trubs, fuck are you saying? Like, you gotta explain this more in detail. Yes, the examples will be shown very soon. Just understand that the reason why this is going to happen is most likely because of this culprit right here, Morgane. Why? It's because A, she is correspondingly the host or the person who creates this entire orchestra of events. I want to say it's the it's the Garden of Cheaters, aka the Valley of No Return, where she sends unfaithful men or women, those cheated on, blah blah blah. But that's another time. Let me get back to it. The reason why it's Morgane is because A, we're having a Morgane Lotto Festival. Not sure if it's going to be Christmas, highly doubt it. However, it is come to attention that most of the sons of Morgane is already in FGO. Gareth, Gawain, Mordred, you know how it is. There's like Garrus and then Agravain. Those two are the kind of the missing inklings. But what happens if I were to tell you that the next servant that we're going to get is a Fairy Knight servant, right? The reason why I say it's a Fairy Knight servant is because of the following. We're having a Morgane festival. It is a 5-star. And then the fact that it would come to the rescue, or if not, come to where Morgane is to participate, could definitely be. Second reason is because we already have Fairy Knight series in place. As you can see here, the three ladies, as you see from your left, is Gawain, Tristan, and Lancelot. They all have one thing in common. They're all girls. Yes, you thought it was something else, but no, they're all technically girls. So most likely, whenever you hear a term, a girl in a mechanical suit, aka Samus style, you would automatically say, hey, it's a girl. That means that it could be a fairy-tailed servant, especially if it's coming in Morgane Festival. You get what I'm trying to say? At the same time, each and individual one of them are completely different existence, mixated with a title. You can say gift, but technically the title of said Knights of the Round Tables. Now do remember, Morgane needs to do damage against Knights of the Round Tables, therefore they need more of those. Fairy Knights of the Round Tables will have both Knights of the Round attribute and Fairy Tale attribute. And so by concluding those, Morgane would have more damage amplifier to said targets, therefore making this Morgane banner that we currently have quite delicious. Now, let us move on. As you can see, Morgane done it already. Let's just say it's going to happen again. And I won't be surprised if it is a black-plated armor with a cutie patootie. I'm just hoping that it's not Lancelot, it's not Burgist, it's a little bit bigger than Banshee, but who knows? Simultaneously, this reasoning of why this is happening is most likely because we have too much Berserkers. Weird case scenario, the Agravain could be a foreigner to kind of give a FU to all the Berserkers that we currently got. So if you don't know, in about span of 1 year, we got 3 Berserkers. That is 5-star, 5 to 4-star back to back. 6.5 summer, and then the new Gouda Gouda event. We got a lot of Berserkers, and if you don't know Morgane hates Berserkers except herself. So any Berserker that needs to be eliminated, whether Agravain is a foreigner or not, we do not know the class. All I can tell you is that she could create another Knights of the Round Table fairy attribute to deal with this infestation. Look, as you can see, this is called the second generation. It is the veil and the title of second generation. It's not really the, one-to-one translation, but it's a Fairy Knight Cup. So a lot of people would say, Trubs, how could this be? Agravain never shows up in FGO. You are quite correct. Only in stories, mentioning interludes, stories of, what was it called, chat? Saber Wars and movies. But there has been a confirmation in the interviews, whether it was this year or last year's, that they do have a gimmick for Agravain. Unfortunately, the current self, aka the current Agravain, can't pull it off because it's like a rash-like gimmick. Once it activates, he kind of sacrifices himself. That is his original Noble Phantasm. Now take that concept and add it a fairy attribute, and who knows what it could be. And as you can clearly see, it is a Fairy Knight Cup concentrated location. So whether whoever wins gets the armor, or whoever is in there is going to try to get the armor. Try to get the cup. So there you have it. A little quick and simple. A lot of people say we're going to get Agravain. A lot of people say technically the leak was false. I say I go big brain because it can work, because I know lore. It definitely can be Agravain in the title of Burrito Mato. That is a Fairy Knight servant. Now, do also understand too that going back all the way to the girls here, their first title is a Fairy Knight Gawain, Fairy Knight Tristan, and Fairy Knight Lancelot. Now, those were their title first. So in technicality, if you take out the Fairy Knight part away from it, you can say that is Gawain, Tristan, and Lancelot. This would explain the what if it is Burrito Mato. However, Burrito Mato doesn't have a Fairy Knight requirement because she's one of the kind. But I digress. And as always, remember chat, it's only a theory. Alright? A lot of people last time got Omega butthurt because they got jebaited by the title. And I do appreciate you getting jebaited by it. But understand that this is just a theory. It's just me blabbering with all the possibilities of strings connecting it to cause a possibility to occur. If it comes true, PogChamp, right? I've guessed many things from 3-star caster to Sus Among Us, our little homie Dilmy. But do understand that in the very end, it's just a theory. A game theory. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, guys, and I will see you in the next spooky clickbaity controversy video. Hope you guys liked it. And yeah, I'm going to be doing a lot more of this. This is quite fun. So I'll see you in the next video. If you like the lore, there's some short lore VODs coming in near you. Peace.